Greetings, our Frederick Riddle here with another episode of Christian News and Views. This is episode 153. It's Wednesday, and we have a report here from Frankfurt, Germany about our trade. And so I'm going to get right into this. This is, by the way, Associated Press, so I take it for what it's worth, but this one seems to be pretty good. The European Union's chief trade negotiator said Monday he had good calls with Trump administration officials, and the EU was fully committed to reaching a trade deal by a July 9th deadline, after Trump agreed to delay his threatened 50% tariff or import tax on European goods. Trade Commissioner Maros Sefcovic said on X that the EU's Executive Commission was pushing at pace towards an EU-US deal, and the two sides were in constant contact. Sefcovic's call with the U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and Trade Representative Jamieson Greer came a day after Trump said he would delay implementation of the 50% tariff from June 1st until July 9th to buy time for negotiations with the 27-country EU. That announcement came after Trump's call with EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, who told Trump that she wants to get down to serious negotiations, according to the U.S. president on Sunday. In a social media post Friday, Trump had threatened to impose a 50% tariff on EU goods, asserting that the bloc had been very difficult to deal with on trade and that negotiations were going nowhere. The stakes are high given the size of the U.S.-EU trading relationship. Although the trade partners don't have a free trade agreement like the one the U.S. has with Mexico and Canada, some $1.8 trillion in goods and services cross the Atlantic in both directions each year. EU Commission spokeswoman Paula Pinot told a news conference that von der Leyen and Trump agreed to fast-track the negotiations. The result of the call means that there is a new impetus for these negotiations, and we will take it from there. From our side, we always said we were ready to make a deal. The EU has offered Trump a zero-for-zero deal in which tariffs would be removed on industrial goods, including automobiles. But the U.S. administration has said it will not lower tariffs below a 10% baseline imposed on almost all its trading partners. Trump has also announced tariffs of 25% on steel and automobiles. So it's been a very interesting report there. Now, obviously, I have an opinion on it. And it's basically this. Once again, Trump has a winning hand. Where did all the experts go? They were talking with certainty that we were about to have a trade war. And yeah, a little bit has happened here or there, but it's been more of a positioning than anything else. They were threatening this and threatening that and imposing this and imposing that, but it was always dates in the future. So it didn't happen. Country after country. And by the way, 27 countries make up the EU, the European Union. So country after country are bowing to the pressure and coming around to giving President Trump what he really wants, which is simply this: a fair and even playing field so the United States is no longer paying exorbitant fees for trading with other nations. It's been a one-sided battle. People tend to forget that. It's been a one-sided battle, and he's trying to, if you want to think of it as a playing field, even it out. The detractors have had a field day with this, talking about a trade war, that it would trouble our nation economically, and lead to a recession, maybe even a depression, although I haven't really heard depression mentioned, but definitely a recession, stock crash, and stuff of this nature. The stock market's been up and down on this whole issue, which in itself they always look together, look forward, and they also are, because of the nature of the stock market, they're very I'm trying to figure. I had the word in my mind a moment ago. They they're they jump like a rabbit. They'll jump this way and now at the slightest breeze going in the wrong direction. And rumors, they'll jump. And so it's very erratic up right now, like this. We had a long term there, was going down. Now it's going back up. Now it's going down again, and so forth. I didn't check it today, so I don't know if it's up or down. But it just, you can't really base things on what's going on right now with the stock market. It looks 6 months or more down the road. And so you got to look at it more of a long term, over a period of time, what's happening. And even then, you're still seeing the going up and down there. So it's been erratic, and it's been very hard for us common citizens to determine what the stock market's telling us. But unless you have money in the stock market, I wouldn't really worry about that, because these are this is such a situation that really impacts those who are investing, making the biggest dollar that they can. But it is a sort of a reflection of the economy. And in this case, it's a reflection of the uncertainty that has existed worldwide, because Trump is doing what he does very well at. And he's playing a very close game of I dare you. He knows how to play that game. He's even wrote a book called The Art of the Deal. He knows how to make deals, and he knows how to play very close to the chest. And so I'm not surprised at what's going on. I think it's going to continue, and eventually we're going to get much, if not everything, that Trump wants. He has to give too, but he's smart in that he demands more than he really wants. That gives him negotiating room. And the others are negotiating, also demanding more than what they really expect to get. And eventually they're going to come together in an agreement. That, I think, is very good for our economy long term. It was unfortunate we've had to go through this whole thing. Don't blame Trump for that. Blame previous presidents and Congresses and for not doing it, not treating it. They just sort of looked the other way. His first term in office, he did some things to level the ground. Hold on a second. Some things to level the ground, and now he's doing more. And whatever you think of the man, whatever you think of him, in the end, you should be grateful for what he's doing. He's biting the bullet. He's doing what has to be done to get this economic ship of ours back on the right right side up, not turned over on its side or sinking. We're not the Titanic, or we're not some ship that's been shot down and is floating and sinking underwater. He's keeping it afloat and getting us on the right track. And so by the time that he leaves office, he should leave us in a much stronger, better militarily, economically, you name it. He's working, doing his best to do that. And I'm proud of him as our president, proud of what he's been accomplishing. And I watch all these comments that are out there, how he's going to be a dictator. He's not a dictator. He's not really a bully, although he knows how to use the bully stick. It's like that old thing: use the stick to get what you want. You put that carrot out there too. But that's this old cliche, but it really plays right now. Have you enjoyed this episode today? Do you enjoy hearing my take on news events? Well, if you do, and you haven't subscribed yet, how about right about there? There should be a little box there. Click on that and you can subscribe to my channel, TR Independent Books, where when you do that, I promise to inform you, encourage you, and inspire you. You have to determine whether I succeed in that or not. I'm not qualified to do that. I'm qualified to promise it. And every episode I do, I try to give my very best effort, my very best presentation that I can possibly give. But the judge is you. So if you enjoy this, please subscribe. You'll encourage me. And in the meantime, I'll see you in the next episode. You have a great day.